Marla Sue Rose, the staunchly proud, morbidly obese 57-year-old who showed up at Nick Fuentes' doorstep and got pepper sprayed for her trouble, has released the video of the altercation. It's only half a minute, it's not graphic or violent, so let's play it through and react afterward.
Hi. Oh my god, what are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
Great stuff. Reminds me of a portrait of the artist as a young man. So brief thoughts about Nick. Yes, he jumped the gun. The lack of a no soliciting or no trespassing sign and the fact that he sprayed her before she even rang the doorbell would normally give Rose legal ground to stand on if she didn't undercut herself after the fact. Let's talk about Mrs. Rose again. 1. Marla graced me with a very meandering essay on the comment section of my last video. It's definitely worth a read if you want to laugh. Most of it is her being insecure about the fact that I called stupid as it was, even though I made fun of Fuentes more than I did her in the original video. One thing I find funny in hindsight from my new biggest fan: Ma'am, you decried my voice at least twice, yet your own is even less mellifluous than mine.
Seriously, you guys, we would go to coffee shops, and if there was one little coffee shop that had soy milk, we would be on the rooftops celebrating, doing cartwheels with our megaphones. We would be, and I hate coffee. I hate the taste of coffee.
When people choose arbitrary lanes to insult, it's often the lane they feel most vulnerable in themselves. Glass houses, madame. 2. For more sincere advice, you need to get in shape, Marla. No, your age is not an excuse. You're 57, but about as physically able as a 90-year-old. I know you were maced, which you said was a very weak pepper spray, probably an old canister. But regardless, you shouldn't be falling and unable to get up like this from a push that light. I reiterate that I'd like to see you take better care of yourself, both physically and mentally, and I would be willing to help you come up with a workout plan that fits your lifestyle if you're interested. You obviously have the free time for fitness. 3, and the most important observation, I repeat that the most incriminating thing this wildly intelligent crone did was not recording herself, but gloating on Facebook after the fact, which she's now doubled down on. In her original fanfaronade, she stated his docs 3 times and, unprompted, encouraged people to leave menstrual blood and dog feces at his doorstep. Facebook removed the post for violating their terms of service. Her encouragement of harassment will give Nick plenty of ground to argue that he felt his actions necessary to prevent an intruder from committing a felony on his property, which is the crux of Illinois Castle Doctrine law. But just for good measure, she made her profile banner an affirmation that she was trying to make him afraid. Very brilliant stuff from the senior citizen. That might work against you contesting his likely counter-argument that you trespassed on his private property with intent to menace or intimidate, which, yes, can be felonious in extreme circumstances. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here. People like Mrs. Rose tend to be the most vexatious litigants, which is funny, given her anti-police stance. Now here's a bonus observation. If you check Marla Rose's YouTube channel, you'll see she repeatedly used a, quote, 9-year-old lifelong child vegan, I wonder who made that choice, named Justice as a groomed mascot to advertise a lifestyle. I find this disgusting. What is it with the extreme left and children? Why do they always insist on taking the youngest and most naive of our population, those so vulnerable that they cannot make conscionable decisions for themselves, and then try to lionize them as prophets of their own moral authority? This is creepy at best and child abuse at worst. I found this woman mostly funny before, but man, she's genuinely sick, and I hope that child survived his ordeal.